Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing good, having fun and staying safe. In case if you're watching me for the first time, then hi, my name is Isha and I post videos related to fragrances. If that is something which interests you, then do consider subscribing. Anyway, if it's your first time, then I hope you have a happy watching. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the much hyped Ysl Libre Intense. This one is a luxurious, expensive designer perfume and we are going to be talking all about this. And as you can see that I've already used a lot of this juice, so I'm going to be telling you all of the good things about this one and whether I do like it or not. With that being said, let's just first discuss about the packaging of this one. The packaging looks supremely stunning and that was the primary reason that I wanted to get this one, was because of the packaging, because the packaging in itself looks like an art. It looks like a piece of luxury kept in your wardrobe or kept in your perfume vanity, and I wanted to get or own one or the other Libre in my collection, and I was eyeing that since the time that Libre the original was launched here in India, and I was like, I need to get my hands on it, but then I just did not get it for some or the other reason, because I thought maybe it's worth it, maybe not, whatever. But then finally I thought I should just take this chance with Ysl Libre Intense. So this is an intense version, and as you can see, the juice color, the liquid color is quite dark goldeny, or a different color with that of the original Libre. This is how the bottle looks like. It's absolutely stunning, and I showed it to you in one or the other of my shots as well, and I think I really love this packaging. This is hands down the best packaging that I own in terms of my designer expensive luxurious perfumes. And this comes with a basic standard cardboard packaging which has the big YSL logo in here, and it says Libre with golden shade. And I think that is pretty much it. This is of course Eau de Parfum Intense. This is not just an EDP, this is an EDP Intense. This is the main kind of the attraction point for people to kind of buy this bottle. So Ysl Libre has top notes of lavender, orange and bergamot. Then it has the middle notes of lavender, orange blossom and jasmine, and I think orchid also, some florals as well. Then they have the base note of vanilla, tonka bean, ambergris and vetiver. So if I have to explain this one, so initially when you just spray this one, you would be like, oh my god, this is an intense burst of something which is not at all vanillic. Okay, so that was my first impression. When I just first sniffed this particular perfume, I was like, hell yeah, it is really intense. Even more intense than I would have preferred or liked my perfumes to be. But having said that, if you invest this much amount in a perfume, then of course you might as well get something which is super intense, and that just 2 sprays would last you the entire day, you know what I mean. So yeah, that was my first experience. The initial sniff of that one was really a burst of something fresh, as in you can see the orange and bergamot and all of those things just were too sharp for my liking, and I was like, oh my god, have I wasted my money? But as it just dries down, the more vanillic version of this perfume comes down, and I think that is the real gist and that is the real beauty of this particular perfume. So initially you might feel a little bit overwhelmed with the kind of boldness, sharpness and all of those things that it does have, but give it a moment to dry down. You will definitely get the gist of this one through the vanillic version or the tonka bean and that warm notes. Having said that, this is a really intense perfume which projects really well, which lasts really well. This is my realistic experience. So I was in the testing phase of this perfume and I did apply this one on my t-shirt, which was a white t-shirt, and I did not know that this has the capability to stain the clothes, because usually that does not really happen with a lot of my perfumes. So I just happened to spray 2 in there, and that was a very weird patch that I had on both of these sides, and that was quite weird for me to kind of carry it to the gym. But that day, me being bold enough, I kind of went into the gym along with that weird patches. But then when I just came back home, I realized that that was really not looking good. So what I did was I immediately put that particular t-shirt to wash, and on the other day when it was just drying out on the sun, I happened to pass by that t-shirt and I was still able to smell Ysl Libre Intense. And just to double check, because of course, as I told you, there were those 2 little weird patches of that perfume where I just kind of sprayed it in there. So I just happened to go there, and exactly kind of sniff that particular patch, and that patch was intensely smelling of Ysl Libre Intense. With that being said, it does definitely have the power to kind of hold on to the clothes or maybe last for a really long time on your clothes. Even after washing, this was there. So this is the kind of strength that this perfume is about to give you. And also I feel this one is a perfume which is really addictive. So the initial point, it may make you feel like, you know, no, it's not my cup of tea and all of that, but if you have the capability to kind of surpass that basic initial opening, then you are really up for a treat. And that is something which is really addictive nature of this particular scent. This has really a beautiful mixture of vanilla, which again is intoxicating, and at the same time with a little bit burst of lavender. So vanillic lavender version. But in my head, I'm being completely honest, when I just bought this one, I was thinking that I will be getting something gourmand in terms of like a lavender vanilla cake, if that makes sense, but that was not the case. This one smells really classy, really sophisticated, really suave in that terms, that literally it's not a gourmand scent, because gourmand scents tend to sometimes smell a little bit juvenile, but this one is really classy, really pretty, and I don't know, really bold. That is the right word. Intoxicating, bold, addictive. This is the kind of scent that it is, and I think it could be a little bit mature. Like, you would have to be super strong, you would have to be super bold enough to kind of, and confident enough, that's the right word, to kind of pull this kind of a fragrance off. And I think I really have all the good things in my kitty to kind of say about this. But there are two sides of the story. One part of me says that I really like this one, and the other part says that I don't really care enough about it. And I would just give me a moment to kind of explain what I just mentioned. So a part of me that really likes it because of the fact that it is super intense, it's super bold. So when you just want to make an impression, you want to make a mark, you want to just kind of walk into the room and, you know, just kind of make people remember your scent, this is where I would definitely like to pair this one. And I really like this for that quality, because if you're paying for it, then of course you're also getting that amount of worth for your money, or the quality, if I may say so, in terms of longevity, in terms of how, you know, actually it's such a bold scent. But the other part of me who doesn't really care much about this scent is because this particular DNA is not necessarily the one for me. So I've always been the one who has enjoyed, you know, kind of girly scents, and growing up I have been in love of, ever since I've also started my channel, I've been more and more inclined towards that sweet, fruity sort of, you know, that girly kind of scents. And this one is, I don't think so this is a girly scent at all. So that is the only point that sometimes it puts me off, and I feel like, is it really something that I like? Is it really something that I want to wear every day and sort of stuff like that? But then having said that, because it is so intense, because it is so like value for money in my opinion, and super bold, projective, super making your mark kind of a thing, that makes me feel that I really think that this should be the one worthy of being in my collection. But as I said, this is something which is really unusual scent profile for me. This is not something like, this is not the kind of DNA that I would usually like to enjoy. But because I have already spent my money on it, and this is such a breath of fresh air for me, so I think that is the reason why I really like it. And if you are looking for a scent which is really sexy, which you really want to wear and kind of make your mark, or perhaps you're looking for a signature scent that you would definitely would require 1 or 2 sprays of this one and you're good to go for the entire day, then this one is definitely the one for you. And I think I have covered everything from my end. But what they try to mention and depict about this particular perfume is, they say that this is sensual, this is carnal, this is captivating and magnetic. As I already tried to explain you through my explanation, that this is something that would definitely grab a lot of attention because of how bold, how, you know, how loud it is. That's the right word. They say it's a suave floral lavender. Definitely it has a lot of florals in there. As I told you, this has orchid, this has orange blossom itself is into the category of floral, so this is what it is. And they say it's a suave floral lavender scent, and I really enjoy lavender scent, though I feel that people categorize it to be in a manly scent category, but I own one perfume from Biotique, if I'm not wrong, which is an Indian brand, and the variant was Blissful Lavender, and I absolutely loved wearing that perfume because of how unique that one was. Similarly, this one is also a perfume which is definitely unique, and if you're going to be wearing this with somebody who is into perfumes, and the chances are that they would definitely like to know which perfume are you wearing. I would say this is quite addictive in my opinion, because you know, for winters I think this is something that I would want to wear, and it would be so easily weared off on a day-to-day basis, or even for special occasions. I think this is the one that is perfect. With that being said, I think this is a really versatile scent which has vanilla and lavender, a lot of vanilla and a lot of lavender in the dry down, apart from the tonka bean note of course, but the beginning is quite sharp with that lighter notes or sharper notes like that of orange blossom, a little bit of lavender in the background, and some florals here and there, which is quite confusing, quite complex in my opinion. But then again, the dry down is something that I absolutely love this perfume for, and most of the people I feel who tend to enjoy this perfume do enjoy this on the basis of the dry down. And with that being said, this is definitely not a linear scent. So if the initial note would have been continued till the end of the journey of the perfume, I would have definitely hated this scent. Not that the opening is not good enough, but it's quite crispy in my opinion, and that is not something that I would have expected for this particular perfume, because this has been all over the internet, all over the place, being said that this is a vanilla perfume, this is so, and this is good for winters and blah blah blah. And I completely agree. The dry down of this one is definitely intoxicating. The dry down of this one is definitely there for winters, and it is hell addictive. End of the story. Hell addictive. Last for days, as I said, even after washing, and the projection and sillage and everything is super mind-blowing. So if you are kind of contemplating on buying this one, I would say go for it. But if I would have sniffed this on the, you know, in the store in person, I would not have bought it. But having said that, now that I've bought it and I've tried it on myself, now I can say that this is really intoxicating and I like it. I hope the explanation would have made sense to you, because of course, until the time that you don't really try a particular perfume on yourself, you don't see yourself wearing it throughout the day or in the testing phase or whatever, till that time you're not really able to say whether you should be investing in that perfume or not. So I again repeat myself, if I would have smelled this or sniffed this one just in the store, and after that 5-10 minutes I would have decided that whether I need to get this one or not, probably I would have not got this one. But now, because I have used this enough to kind of fall in love into this one, so I would say definitely it is worth it. Okay, it is intoxicating, it is addictive, it is really bold, powerful, confident, and all the good things, of course. And it's gonna last you till like literally a lot of days, until you wash your clothes, and even after washing your clothes, as I narrated you my experience. Okay, and this is such a versatile scent in my opinion. I hope this video was useful and this video was helpful for you. If that was the case, then I would definitely like to hear from you in the comment section below, and I shall see you in my next video. Have a good day.